Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of ChluyTalk. I'm your host, Hella Chluy. Today, I got a very amazing guest. Before I introduce her, I'm going to roll the intro. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how you doing? So
today, welcome, Chhinda. So Chhinda is a tennis player, and she's on the national Cambodian tennis team. I'm just gonna let you pass the mic over to you, so you could, introduce yourself a little bit.
Chhinda Som. I was born and raised in Rochester, New York. I am on the Khmer National Tennis Team. I also play tennis for Virginia Tech. I'm 21 years old. I've been playing tennis since I was young. Pretty much, I live, eat, and sleep tennis. So yeah.
You said you're from Rochester, New York?
Yeah, I'm from Rochester. It's upstate New York, not New York City, upstate.
That's like how many hours from like Manhattan? Because I think I drove like.
It's a 6-hour drive. Yeah. So if you know where Niagara is, Niagara Falls.
I actually went there.
Buffalo Bills. Yeah.
Buffalo Bills. So that's your team.
Yeah, we're one. No. We're 1 hour from them. Yeah, we're a Giants fan over here.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to ask you, did your family immigrate straight to New York, or how did you guys ended up in America?
Well, so my family, when they came to the U.S., they came separate. They didn't know each other at the time. They didn't meet each other until maybe like the 90s. But my dad's from Khmer Kram, which is Cambodia Kram, like now Vietnam, but he was both my parents are born in Battambang. They both went to Thailand, but my dad went to Philippines, and Philippines, American Red Cross brought them to the U.S. My mom just went straight from Khao Dang and then you were born Khao Dang, right?
Yes.
Yeah, went to Khao Dang. You probably saw my mom.
I think, we probably at the same camp at the same time. It's a similar story because my family did go from Khao Dang to the Philippines, and then we were sponsored to Seattle.
Yeah. So I don't know clearly about my mom's story, but I know she had family in Seattle. I feel like they went there, they moved there, but then they moved to New York, they moved to Rochester. My dad moved to Syracuse. Yeah, but I know a lot of people have different stories. I know some people went to Canada, some people went to Minnesota. Yeah, Long Beach, of course. Lowell. Yeah, so they came around the 80s, I think. My mom, she's the oldest of 8 children. So she was about, I think maybe 10. My dad was really young when he came over. I know the whole story. Sad, but you gotta learn about it.
Definitely. Yeah, we were taught at a young age. They made us. Made us watch The Killing Fields to explain what they did. What they went through. So that's why we're here. So we could have a good life.
Growing up, like my house. I don't know if you know, but we play like Khmer music too. Like I'm the drummer in the band. We used to travel and play for like Khmer New Year and all that stuff. But Tampitu, like I spoke Khmer first. I didn't know English. I had to take ESOL when I went into school, which is funny because I was born here. Yeah, ESOL. Yeah.
English as a second language. I took that too, and I got kicked out because my English was on point. So it was like,
Yeah. No, sometimes I can't think of words to say because like I just like think of Khmer words, but I didn't know English at first. I just spoke straight Khmer, everything Khmer food, Khmer music, just everything.
So very cultural.
So I always had a love, very cultural. I know like some Khmer people, Khmer Americans specifically, they like their culture in the household is not that much Khmer, it's more Americanized, My house is more like a mix. Once we're at home, we speak like Khmer-English, like Khmer
exactly.
and English.
Yeah. So we have like similar, it seems like a Khmer American thing. Like it just happens because we get Americanized later in school and just it becomes a habit because it's what we're taught to speak every day with our siblings. You have to just start speaking English. So that's interesting to hear from you because you're like, I grew up the same way. And I'm like a lot older than you too. So, but it feels like, it just...
especially because my parents are well known in the Khmer community, like in upstate New York and stuff because of music, because my mom's a singer, my dad's like the musician. Definitely everything was Khmer. I was going to say something, I forgot. Oh yeah, I was raised by my grandpa. He babysit me all the time. He didn't know English, so he just speak Khmer to me all the time. So I definitely feel proud, I take being Cambodian to another level.
Glad you're here with me to share your story, and that's so,
Yeah.
I see the Khmer flag on your shirt. Is that part of your tennis uniform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got this from last SEA Games when I was there. Thought I'd wear it.
Awesome. Before we get into your love of tennis, I just want to talk more about the music. So you played the drums. What age did you learn the drums?
So I learned at 5 years old. I was learning how to play like Chluy. I don't know, like
if
the
I hear it,
Khmer
I know.
terms.
Yeah.
It's just slow songs, easy like
traditional sounding stuff.
Yeah.
I love that music.
And then so I started playing more. I think my first Khmer New Year party that I played for was when I was 10. They introduced me to everyone. I had to like stand in front of the whole crowd. They were like, "This is the new drummer," and I was like so embarrassed.
So your parents were hyping you up, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome though. They had a pride. They're proud of that,
Yeah. Because listening growing up, all I heard was Khmer music. So if you play something, I literally will know the song. I don't know the name of the song, but I know how to like hum it and stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like tuned into here. In the living room, we got all the Khmer CDs, the Khmer movies. Like
that's awesome. Yeah. That is like it's a gift. Like when you know how to hear music and like learn music quickly, it's like that can't be taught. That's like really a gift,
Yeah,
playing instruments.
Because my dad's we're both musically gifted because I know how to read some notes because I played clarinet when I was in school, but I only played it for like 3 years. But like usually if I hear something, I can just like start picking at it and then I'll get it later on. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think recently I saw we're in the same like Facebook group, the Beautiful Brown Belt, and shout out to BBB.
Yeah.
I did see a video of you, playing an instrument. It wasn't the drums though. It was a nice.
Yeah.
What's the name of that instrument? Is it a throw? Is it a throw or what was that?
It was just keyboard. I put the flute on there.
Oh, okay. So I'm tripping because I thought it was like you're playing some kind of wooden, but you're actually playing the keys.
I was playing the keys. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
The keyboard. Yeah.
Were you self-taught on that too, or did you go to school for like learning how to?
Yeah. So I was self-taught in keyboard, guitar, drum. My dad taught me drum, just the basics. Keyboard, I picked it up after my dad had passed away because he was like I said, he raised me. So that was he passed away when I was 9. Yeah. He passed away in Sudok Yuan. He was in Vietnam. Yeah, it was pretty sad. So I was just kind of going, especially at a young age, I started like listening to music. Sudok Thakne by Prince Savat.
If you sing it, I know it. I didn't really get into Prince Savat till later. Yeah. Well, his Pitbull
It's a very popular song.
If I hear it, I'll know it.
Oh, you can make a cover to that for sure.
Yeah, I thought you was about to say. I thought you were about to ask me about Sin Simon. I was getting ready. Yeah, no, Sin Simon.
Mau Pina, I love that song.
Yeah.
The one that you remixed. I love that.
Oh,
yeah, the Sin Simon.
It's a good song.
Yeah. No, but when he passed, I started like picking at the keyboard and I was playing my dad's CDs because my dad went to Vietnam to go do the bun over there. So that's when I kind of picked up piano at 9. I was already playing drum at 5. So yeah, so that's how that started.
Wow. So you had a passion for it, or did your parents like make you, or you just loved it? You just thought
it was all just on me. Yeah, everything I do is for me.
That's awesome.
Not forced or anything.
So would you say music was like your first love?
I would say tennis and then maybe music. Music is
okay, so how did your tennis come into your life? Because I'm like you were like really young when you're doing music. What, 5, 6 you said?
Yeah, 5.
So tennis, you probably started going to kindergarten and then doing PE and learning about sports and tennis.
So my family, besides musically talented, like we're very athletically like able to do like a lot of sports. On my mom's side, had a lot of soccer players, track, basketball. My uncles play basketball. My dad was really good at basketball. He could have played for Syracuse. Syracuse.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yes, because he grew up in that area. And he used to train with during the time when Melo was there and stuff.
Damn.
So yeah, he was really good. And he's only 5'9", 5'10", and can dunk. And first when they came to the U.S., you know how it was when Khmer people came over and the Vietnamese came over, they're like Ching Chong and, all the racial stuff.
Definitely.
And, as soon as my dad and my uncle stepped on court, they're like, oh, okay, you got it. We're not even gonna. So they started, crossing up ankles and stuff. Yeah.
But
I got all the athletic capabilities from mostly my dad, because he could play lacrosse, soccer. Yeah, but now he's a big golfer because, he's getting old. So.
That's what you do when you retire,
Yeah.
But that's awesome to hear that your dad was like active and very into sports. My dad wasn't.
Yeah. Oh,
he was active as far as working, but he didn't do sports. I think the only thing he told me he did was kickboxing.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah. My uncle actually, on my mom's side, the oldest brother of the 8 kids, he's a Khmer instructor. So he was teaching kids Khmer in Columbus, because that's where they were. Then they moved to Cali. So they know like Omri and Long Beach. So yeah, the Khmer community is close once you like get to know everybody from all over East Coast,
like
West Coast.
Yeah, it's like small world,
mutual.
Yeah, I was about to say we know a lot
mutual
of
people.
Friends. Yeah,
you're like, oh, you know this person? Oh, shoot, yeah. We all family. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I always tell people like they're like, oh wait, that's your cousin. I'm like, we're not blood related, but we're cousins. Like, we're related. But, because what we went through, we had to adopt family. So, had to fill in that void that we were missing. So
what was it like growing up in Rochester, New York? Like, I know nothing about Rochester. I live in New York, but I live in Brooklyn, New York.
Kodak, the little cameras?
Yeah. Those are disposable cameras.
That's where, the disposable cameras. I actually live right next to the factory.
Oh, is that where it originated?
Yeah, George Eastman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for Rochester. And garbage plates, I don't know if you know what that is. Mm-mm. It's like you put 2 hamburgers or hot dogs, whatever you want, and then you have home fries, mac salad. It's all on one plate, and then you put meat sauce.
What's it called?
Yeah, I gotta show a picture of that. Garbage plate.
Dang, I gotta try that out. It's only in your city, Rochester?
It's pretty much only in our city. I know like other cities try to do it, but it's not the same.
I definitely want to go check it out.
It's just like a Philly steak. Like no one else can do a Philly steak like Philly.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried Philly steaks in other states last night. It's like it's not Philly steak. it's a roast beef sandwich. You can't have a real Philly cheesesteak if it's not from Philly.
Yeah. I honestly never been to Philly. I need to make a trip down there. I've been to New York so many times, but
it's just right there. It's only an hour and a half, from New York. So I definitely recommend going to their little their little.
Do they got a Khmer town over there?
Well, it's like
a little Cambodia town.
Yeah, they do, but it's like not officially written on any
Oh, okay. Yeah,
signs,
yeah.
But you'll know when you're there. It's South Philly. You'll see like I Heart Cambodia. It's one of my favorite restaurants.
Oh yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
it's a nice sit down spot. There's a lot though within that neighborhood. That little like within blocks from each other. It's like New Phnom Penh. If you like Katil Phnom Penh,
Oh.
They make really good Katil Phnom Penh.
Yeah,
and there's others around as well. So they're definitely check those places out. It's on Google Maps if you want to just look it up.
Okay. So definitely when this Corona thing is over, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to go traveling.
It feels like, speaking of Corona, how has this pandemic affected you, your life, your like day-to-day life?
Oh, man. At first, it was just like, because the thing how everything went down was I had came back from school from Virginia, made the 9-hour drive back up here to New York for spring break just to get news that, school's canceled in the middle of my spring break. So I drove back 9 hours, packed all my stuff, and then coach was like, okay, you guys can just go home. Like, there's no point in staying here. You're not allowed to stay here anyways. So drove back 9 hours again.
So 3 trips?
And then came back 3 trips.
Holy smoke.
3 trips.
So a total of,
and then
I suck at math. 9 times 3 was that 9? 27 hours? Holy
27
smoke.
hours straight driving. I was driving this Toyota Sienna too.
How'd you stay awake? Did you drink coffee? Did you drink a Red Bull? How are you able to drive that long?
The thing is, I get it from my dad because my dad's just an elite person. Like, he drove from New York to Cali with a big U-Haul to help one of our family members move over there when he was like 18. So my dad, he's always brought me to travel places. Like, we used to go to, Virginia Beach. I know they have Khmer people over there.
Yeah, definitely.
No. Richmond, I think. Richmond. Yeah. He would drive me there, go to Chicago, all these places. Like, so I just think like long distance driving was just like built inside me. Cause when I came from Cambodia last year, I landed in JFK, got a rental car. Mind you, this is a 23-hour flight or so. Drove from JFK all the way to Rochester. That's within that same time.
What the heck? How do you do that? That's amazing, yo. Salute to you.
Yeah. Of course, I stopped at a friend's house, and she lived like right in Jersey City. So I stopped there, got some food, and then hopped on the road. But yeah, that was a troop. I was like, I'm getting home today. Like, yeah. And the thing is, I went from 100-degree weather. This was during the winter. Went from 100 to like 20. So I didn't have no jacket, no nothing.
It stayed cold up there in upstate New York. I totally forgot. It's like the frozen tundra, right? What they consider.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Real cold.
Jeez.
It was cold in New York when I went down there too.
Oh yeah, we New York. We get
it's because the buildings.
Yeah. Like when I moved to New York like 10 years ago from Seattle, I've never felt this thing called wind chill. You know, it could be 50, but it'll feel like 30 with wind chill. You know what I'm saying? It feels like daggers hitting your face. You know, like what the heck is this? Yeah.
I think we had like -20 before, like something real cold up here.
Dang.
And school was still in session. This was when I was in high school. I remember I was so mad.
I would die.
Yeah, going back to growing up in Rochester, born and raised here. Rochester, I feel like they call it like a little New York City because we're basically, I think, if you were to size up the cities, I don't know how it goes. It's like New York City, and then I think Rochester like second or third in population and city-wise. But like our downtown looks like a mini New York City. They shot the Spider-Man movie, one of the scenes in our downtown. It was like the Amazing Spider-Man, I think. Not sure. Right. Yeah, it looks very similar. Like if you're walking on the streets, like sometimes I think I'm in New York City, but it's like New York City downgraded a little bit. But I think over here is real rough. We're one of the worst cities in terms of poverty and violence. Right now, I know, like, even in New York City, I know things are popping off down there in the Bronx and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Same over here, people getting shot. And, I live in the city. So all my life, I lived in the hood, but not in the hood. But, like, I know how it is because I went to school. I've seen everything. I was the only Asian in a whole school full of Blacks and Latinos, Latinas. So
oh, really?
I kind of,
Wow.
So when people look at me and then when I start talking, they're like, whoa, I didn't expect that to come out your mouth. It's because like the people I grew with and even like my uncles, they was all, doing what they had to do, to get by.
Right.
Because how they say like Khmer people were at the bottom, which I don't like that.
The Khmer stereotype, the ghetto hustle. Asians. Yeah, I saw that meme and people take pride in it. I see people sharing it. Like I cringe when I see that. Like, not all of us, are the ghetto
like we're
Asians.
Like the blacks of the Asians. Yeah. That's what they say. But now, like I feel like us Khmer people got a lot of potential, man. We just need to. When we came here, we had nothing. We just needed the right resources to do what we needed to do what we wanted to do. You could have seen us in like someone be like a Jackie Chan or something. Yeah. If we had the right resources. You could have been Jackie Chan, the movie star.
Crazy thing is, martial arts was my first love. That was actually my dream to be like a martial arts
I did Taekwondo when I was younger.
Same here. When I was 15 to 18, I got my black belt. So it's like one of the funnest times of my childhood. Yeah,
my uncle and my dad, they both did karate when they first got here. But of course, people make fun of them for that. But, they could fight. So
they get their ass beat too,
Yeah, exactly. On the court and, yep. Yeah, definitely I wouldn't say I had the toughest upbringing, but I saw the environment around me. I knew that this is not what I wanted. And my parents made sure, because my dad, he grew up, with nothing. They all grew up with nothing. So they know what they wanted for their kids. My dad always made sure I'm hanging out with the right people, doing the right things. I was bad when I was little, not going to lie.
I think we all were,
I was getting in fights and, but like, no, the teachers never got me in trouble because, I was Asian, I was smart, I was, doing my homework and stuff. But yeah, I definitely knew right and wrong. Many kids that I went to elementary with, now today, they either, locked up, did time, or like, pregnant or with a lot of a lot of kids. So, at a young age, I was playing tennis at 4. My uncle is my coach because he's very into like the tennis community, trying to help promote. I have like multiple uncles, but this is my blood uncle, like my dad's older brother. He tried to build the inner city youth in Rochester here. So basically, both my uncles, they took a lot of inner city kids and tried to, teach them tennis and try to get them off the streets, basically. So that's how I started playing tennis. And then once they realized, oh, she's actually good at it. So I started pursuing it more. I was practicing like every weekend. I was traveling to Syracuse from Rochester back and forth because my uncle lived in Syracuse at the time. My dad had moved here once I was born. moved to Rochester. But yeah, I used to travel a lot. And then I started playing tournaments when I was 8. So I was always on the road, always. I knew what I had at a young age, like I had to mature really fast, especially growing up where I grew up, can't be oblivious to what's happening around you. That's why I'm so wise at, all this stuff that's happening
very
with
wise.
Justice and injustice and, racial problems, discrimination, all that stuff. I've seen both sides of the fence. That's what I like to say because, tennis is a very, very prestigious sport. It's a very expensive sport. It's a very, I don't want to say it, but it's a white sport, honestly, because when you go out there playing tournaments, most of the people you're going to see are European, white people. Not going to see a lot of brown girls, black girls, none of us. So just to go out there and, grind, do what I do, I definitely take pride, especially being Khmer, and playing for Cambodia. Yeah.
I'm very proud of you, and I am rooting for you. I want you to win and keep winning. And I think you're very intelligent, and I think I'm really thankful for you to share your story, on ChluyTalk. And I'm glad you mentioned like the whole racism thing. Like you grew up, you've seen it, and you're old now. And do you feel like anything's changed, or just everything just getting filmed down?
I feel like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of, when I was younger in elementary, I don't know, I wasn't that aware to it at the time because the people around me was all brown, like they looked like me and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So
but then
accepted with them.
Yeah. So, but I saw it with maybe some of the teachers because most of our teachers, they're all minorities. And then once I was in 4th grade, I got sent to private school. That school was $16K for 1 year. $16K. Yeah.
Wow.
My parents could not afford that. So I went there, had to dress up in the uniform every day, drive to the other side of the city, drive to the suburbs. And, that's where I saw, all the problems. I was like, oh, why is this person looking at this person this way? Why is she saying this? Why is she saying that? And then I went back to the city schools after that year. And then I went back to the suburbs because there was a program. It's called Urban Suburban. Shout out to them. It basically is a program where they take the kids from the city. If you have good grades, you're a good student, they'll let you transfer out to the suburbs and have, take school in the suburbs because, the education in the city is not that good. Especially in Rochester, it's one of the worst educational systems. But yeah, so I went out to the burbs, and especially there when I was in high school, middle school and high school, I went to a dominantly Jewish community. But our school was very diverse. Yeah, very diverse. Had a lot of, brown people, Indians. There's a lot of Chinese, Asian, but they were mostly adopted. I was the only pure Asian that was my people were actually Asian. Wow. But yeah, when I went there, that was the tip of the iceberg I saw. That's when I don't have hate, but I had a lot of strong dislike for, those kind of folks that, look down upon people like us, people that are of color. Right. Because I saw the treatment over there. It was kind of towards my senior year of graduating. Someone had wrote on the front steps of our high school and said, all N-words should die with a hard ER. Dang. Wrote that on the front steps. No one figured out who did it. Yeah. Wow. And there was many people. That was at the time when Trump was getting elected and all that stuff. So
not too long ago then, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I graduated 17. Yeah, people were wearing Trump hats. There was writing stuff in the bathrooms and just how do you say, they were kind of making microaggressions. You can see it. People didn't think that, especially reading Huckleberry and Finn. I don't know, basically the books you read in high school, when they got to say the N-word, everyone's they make it such a big deal and stuff. Yeah. I know as soon as I graduated from there, the racial tensions rise. But yeah, I think when all the whole George Floyd thing was happening, Rochester was one of the cities that blew up like crazy, rioting, looting stores. But I think at this point, watching the videos, it wasn't even looting in his name, I think it was just
other groups.
Just people just getting ignorant and people instigating, putting themselves in a situation that they shouldn't have belonged in the first place. So definitely, there's a lot of racial tensions here in Rochester. Because definitely you see in the inner city, you see where the poverty, the projects and all that stuff. And then as soon as you step out, is a whole big jump from the city to the suburbs. So yeah, I definitely saw that growing up, having to go from taking the public bus and then waking up at 4 a.m., 5 a.m. just to get to school and make it at 7 a.m. So yeah, I'm aware of everything that's going on.
That's
just
good.
A lot of stuff.
Just to, be aware. And, I think we pretty much like share the same views and like we shared like, petitions and information. I think that was a cool thing for us to come together and how'd you feel when like some of our people were like kind of silent?
Oh, and when they
Black
posted
culture,
when
everything they do is
posted the black screen and then they deleted it and then they never said anything after that. I use my platform to speak about how I feel because I've been through so much, especially playing tennis. I know racism when I see it. I know discrimination when I see it. Even people been, discriminatory towards my parents. My mom, she's a phlebotomist. Someone told her, go back to where you came from because she couldn't understand her. But my mom, she doesn't even have like a hard accent. So it's just people just being real ignorant and just
hate in their heart, And
it's so easy to just accept one another and just love each other for who you are.
Totally.
You may have different mind views, but just push that aside and just get along.
Yeah. When it comes
hard.
to like, human rights we're talking about, there's really no debate with, about racism, like, It's like,
because it's been around for forever.
Yeah. So it's like, I hate it when like people just like, try to like justify things. Well, he shouldn't be resisting this and that, come on, man.
Yeah.
He shouldn't die. If he was guilty, he shouldn't die either,
Yeah. If you ever took science, if you ever took biology, you have a fight or flight instinct inside of you. Someone touching you, of course I'm gonna start moving.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah. So
I
didn't really like argue with people. I kind of stayed away from the drama.
Yeah,
so
I don't argue. I kind of I try to how do you say, like, adjust to their point of views, because I had a friend of mine. He's from the UK. So they have different lifestyles over there. I don't know how racial terms are over there, but he just came out to me and was like, "Hey, what's going on in the US right now? What's going on in your city? I don't understand it." And I was saying like how white privilege exists and all that stuff. And he was like, "Well, I disagree with you there. I don't think white privilege exists." Which I'm not going to go out and say, "Oh, you're wrong." I'm just gonna
hear his story. But like, when the people from that not from USA, I feel like they shouldn't even speak on American law. Like, they're not from here. But they, if they want to know, we'll tell them. But and then if they say they don't exist, they don't live here in the USA, so they don't experience it.
Yeah. But his point was valid, which I understand. He was just basically saying, low income white families, they struggle too. I went to school with many, low-income white kids that, they didn't have the Jordans. They were wearing the N1s, they didn't have the best of the best. So, but when and I even working for Dick's, working in the corp, as you go up, like, and start working in careers and stuff, you will see, white privilege happen. There's a girl that she had no experience, no nothing. I've been working at this place for like 3-4 years at this time. And she got straight automatic promotion above me and had no experience. I was like, what's the problem with that? That's white privilege. That's just as simple as it is. But I just basically gave him my perspective. I said, if you were to apply for a job and then another kid with, let's say, an urban name were to apply to the job, who has the more chances of getting hired? And definitely for Dick's.
Chhinda Som, or Mary Johnson.
Oh yeah, and I have two names. My American name is Taylor.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
if that was your middle name.
Yeah.
I was trying to find you again. There's this 2 H's, so I kept on spelling with one H. I'm like, yo, what? I was trying to find a combo to confirm the time.
I think the doctors messed up my name when I was born. But my dad keeps saying, no, I wanted it to be unique because his favorite singer was Chhinda. So Chhinda, like, spelled like Chenda or Chinda. But on my Khmer passport, they spelled it Chenda. So I have so many names out there, like, I can't keep track.
Do you ever have any ID issues? Wait, they don't match? Do they ever give you a hard time at TSA or anything like that?
No, I don't think so. My US is Taylor Chhinda Som. But, just in school, when I had transferred to that private school in 4th grade, my uncle had put Chhinda Som, and I was like, no, I want to be called Taylor because I didn't want the teachers on the first day of school like look at
is there Chhinda here? Chin with 2 H's, Chhinda.
The worst is Chhinda.
Chhinda? Oh wow.
And then I like raised
always
my hand.
butchered
I'm like,
my name in elementary. My
How
name
you
is
say Panit?
Panit is my
Panit.
name. But I tell people Panit because the American accent they can't hit the pan. But like the teachers like Fanit Duong. I'm like, what the heck?
Oh my god!
Just call me P. Just call me Pon.
Pon.
My brother's name is Pon, so like
Oh.
I hated being called Fanit.
Did your last name have to get changed, or was it always like that?
It's always like that. It's my dad's last name. It's Duong.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because ours had to get changed. Originally, it's supposed to be Thatch, but it got changed to Som. Apparently, when my dad's dad, worked for the Thai army, I think. And so for them to come over, they had to switch their names or something like that. I know many Khmer families had to switch their names. I just feel like a lot of young Khmer kids need to know where their parents came from, because I'm scared that, as we get older, the younger generations are not gonna, carry on that Khmer culture in the U.S.
Like our parents told us, don't complete biasa Khmer, complete, Khmer. And definitely it's our job to like pass it to the next generation. So I definitely, I'm glad you mentioned that too. Like, we gotta teach the youth to like, my culture, watch movies, watch The Killing Fields, watch First They Killed My Father. Now Funan just came out, so.
Yeah,
if they want to
I was so hyped in high school when I had a test about, the Vietnam War and then Khmer Rouge. I got 100% on that. I was like, yep, I know this.
Wow.
I was so happy.
So they taught you that, or you picked the subject? Because we never got to learn anything about Cambodian. I'm from like a small town, so
they teach us. They actually taught us that, but it was a very short unit, like because they were basically like Khmer genocide. A lot of people died. Okay, that's it. It was about communism or whatever. Like, that's it. But
they
don't learn much.
We had our own Holocaust.
Yeah, had it. Yeah, I know. Like, spent many units about the Holocaust, multiple years in high school. Like, I learned about the Holocaust over and over and over. Especially because my school was dominantly Jewish. So we learned about that. I just feel like a lot of people. That's why they have ignorancy towards a lot of Asians, Southeast Asianers specifically, saying, "Oh, we're Ching Chong or Chinese." Growing up especially in the city schools.
Yeah.
In the city schools, they used to be like, "Oh, your mom cooks shrimp fried rice or egg rolls." I'm like, no. But as soon as they saw my dad pop up, they was like, "Oh, don't mess with him," because my dad looks like straight like Mexican mafia, Mexican cartel. Yeah. But us like my people, we're on the darker side of the skin spectrum. So, everyone calls me Khmer, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not even that dark. I mean, when I go to Cambodia, maybe.
Well, I think that was like natural too. Like even my sister's nickname was Khmer because she was the darkest of the oldest sister. And but it was funny though. It's like as she grew older, she naturally became lighter. Like I used to be light. I used to be a white.
Mine is the opposite.
And I got dark. I got dark as I got older.
I used to be weird, real white. Like when I was young, when I came out the womb, I have this picture right here. Look at how white I was compared to now.
I think I was a little bit whiter too. It's probably the Rochester heat that the summers are crazy, right? You get the same humidity we do down here.
It's humid over here. It's humid. Like it's probably not even that hot, but it just feels hot because it's like so muggy and humid. But like Khmer is a different type of heat. It's basically straight heat, like you in the oven. Like
so, it's not humid.
So hot.
It's not. It's just more dry heat in Cambodia. So it's not humid like this.
Yeah, so Khmer is like real dry heat, straight like boom, boom. Because so many motos, like.
Which weather is more bearable to you? Do you like humidity? I hate humidity so much. I'd rather have dry heat. Since when I go to like Stockton, pure 100% heat.
I love Cali, man.
Rather than 80% humidity with 90-degree weather
I would take Cambodia because over here, when it's hot during the day, at nighttime it's still hot. Like it's still heat
for no reason.
Yeah, but Khmer, you got those little ACs on the walls, like the little fan that go like this. Yeah. Everywhere you walk in, you got AC. But it's crazy because in Khmer, like I always wear long cover because, you can't dress like how you dress in the U.S. over there. You get looked at or might get kidnapped or something. You never know, especially because they don't think I'm Khmer. But I could put the gears on them.
You look like you can kick some ass. I seen your calf muscles, so you could probably hit somebody with a roundhouse and knock them out.
Oh yeah. My uncle taught me a few Khmer moves. Bakatao.
The basics. That's all you need to know. It's really self-defense.
Tot Muay.
Yep. White
Muay.
White Mackay.
White cry.
I love it.
You know how it is.
I love that we have our own martial arts, so I was really hyped to see that.
Yeah, man. Everyone always comes to me like, "Oh, it's Muay Thai." I'm like, "Nope." Like,
Muay
no,
Boran.
It's gone Khmer. Yeah.
Check the history book.
Yeah. But when I feel like, I miss Cambodia. I don't know if I would move there, but because right now, Putchan, like Manuchan, like so many of them.
Yeah, I heard.
So many of them. They're slowly taking over.
Casino now, right?
Yeah, the condo I was in, the funny thing is, Khmer people cannot gamble, but there's casinos there.
They're like.
I think it's because
they're not allowed.
Khmer have a gambling problem.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I had a gambling problem in my 20s, so no bueno.
I know too much about that.
My life. How many times have you been back to Canada? I myself have never been back ever, and I plan to go in the next couple years. So I definitely.
Oh, you got to catch a flight.
Yeah, I definitely want to go so bad.
So I first joined the national team in 2015. I played in Singapore for the first time. I was still 15 going on 16. My 16th birthday was over there, actually. I was all by myself.
Wow, so you've been playing since 15, 16 for a national team?
Yeah, for Khmer. Yeah, I traveled there by myself. I went with my uncle, but he had a little song about the Hmong, so he kind of dropped me off in Phnom Penh and then left me.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, he kind of like went there, and then he had a whole wedding decked out, everything.
No way.
I was like, no. And then you know how those Khmer people are over there. Some lawyers.
Yeah. I know all about that.
But yeah, so I went there 15. I go there every 2 years because the SEA Games every 2 years. But I tried to go, I was supposed to go this summer, but obviously I couldn't go. So 15, 17, and 19. So 3 times that I've been there.
All for the national tournaments or the games.
All
right?
for national games, and then I play on tour over there too in Thailand. So yeah.
So how were you discovered to like audition or to make the team? Did they find you, or because you were making noise? And how did they find you? Like the team.
I actually don't know how that happened. It kind of went by so fast. I think my uncle, he just shot a couple emails. He found out that there was a Khmer national team and that they only had one female playing for Cambodia, which is Ka Andrea or Andrea Ka. She's from France, but both her parents are Khmer. And then they migrated to France. I wish I was born in France. That would have been so cute, cool to be, French, like Khmer French. But yeah, so she was the only woman player at the time. And then my uncle, at the time, I was very good. I was one of the top best doubles players in New York. Went to the state tournament, state championships with my best friend that I used to train with ever since we were 7. We got fourth place, and then 3rd place the next year. She graduated. My numbers were doing good. I was actually getting looked at by Syracuse at the time. But yeah, he shot a couple emails, and then next thing you know, they were like, okay, show me a video of her playing. And then, I think I had left May, and I was still in high school, and high school over here doesn't end until end of June. So I had to get all these packets from all my teachers. Everyone was so hyped about me because they were like, oh, she's going to go play, da-da-da.
Wow.
But yeah, I had to teachers were like, okay, you have to learn this on your own while you're over there. I never opened one page of that thing.
How to learn the South Khmer, or to learn how to read Khmer?
No. It was for my high school classes.
Okay.
Like biology, chemistry, a big packet of what was left to do because I had left in the middle of the this year. Yeah. Because I was leaving to go play. The SEA Games were June 5th or something because I remember my birthday was the day I played. Yeah. So went over there. That was my first time rookie year. So. At the SEA Games, there's a lot of All-Americans, a lot of, especially, of course, from other countries. Philippines, they have a lot of guys from Pepperdine. Illinois from colleges, got All-Americans from University of Kentucky, Clemson, all these good players. And a lot of them, at this point by now, I know a lot of them are on tour. They're playing professionally, making what they can make. So it was a good experience from, especially being that young and going to Khmer and seeing everything how it is for the first time. I didn't expect how I saw it to be what I thought it was going to be. So yeah, it was definitely a good experience. Yeah. Because definitely living, we're so privileged here in the U.S. We don't realize that we got it good until, you step outside your boundaries and see what other people are dealing with. Your bad day might be someone's good day. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to go. So the SEA Games is the Southeast Asian Games. It's like an Olympics
Southeast
for
Asia. Basically Olympics for Southeast Asia, yeah.
Awesome.
I think 8 countries, 13 countries, I'm not sure.
That's amazing. So you've blessed to be able to do 3 years in a row?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. Right now I'm the
only
number 2 player of Cambodia.
The number 2 player? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I think,
are you the only one from Khmer America to represent the SEA Games in Cambodia? Or is there others?
There's others. So on the men's side, we have our number 1 player, Kenny. He's from France too. His parents, his dad is from Battambang. His mom is French. He's the number 1. Then my brother, he's not really my brother, but he looks like me. So I call him my brother. He's from Oregon. I don't know, you remember. Really? He's from West Coast area. Portland.
Shout out to Portland. Yeah, that's what a lot of people live out there. Yeah. That's cool to hear.
So Paul Gunn, his brothers played for the team too. But when I went, they already left the team. But that's my brother. I played mixed doubles with him. And then the rest on the men's team they're from Khmer, but they're really good. They're decent for Cambodia, And then for the women's side, we just got a new girl from South Carolina, Grace Krusling. Her last name is not Khmer, but her mom is Khmer. She's from South Carolina. Yeah, she just joined last year. So that's pretty much the team as of right now. Yeah, we're trying to build it. On the girls' side, it's very hard because over there, not many Khmer parents want their kids to be playing sports because they don't want them to become, Khmer. They want them to become doctors or, focus on school. And you don't see a lot of Khmer female athletes in Khmer when you go over there. So they often get looked down upon. So
yeah, that sucks because my parents were like that too, with my sisters, but I was the only one that was able to play basketball as a sport in school and taekwondo. But yeah, I think it carries on to Khmer America. The parents, they still have that mentality of you're a girl, you're not supposed to play sports.
Yeah. The funny thing is that when they saw me, doing good, a lot of the Khmer parents are like, "Oh, I know her," "Oh, I'm so proud of her." But
now,
you were the person that was saying so much. Khmer people always talking.
That's my cousin. What you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but my parents always, so proud of me of what I do. They never forced me to do anything. It's just I had a passion at a young age. I took something and then I just ran with it. Because I was fortunate to have the resources and the right people around me to pursue what I wanted to pursue. So shout out to my parents. They had nothing, so I want to.
Oh, couldn't boo. It's a blessing to have parents that support you. I think my mom supports me later on in life. She sees that I'm happy. So it's as long as that, they know that, we as children, we have dreams, we have our own dreams that we want to be, so.
Yeah, and
so the kids, if you're watching, go ahead. Sorry. I don't mean to cut you off, so. I just want to say, so kids, if you're watching, if you have a dream, go for it. Just
go for it. Go for it. And especially Battambang Khmer, we're so strong in what we believe in, when I feel like we're just hard workers deep down. We just always, when we do something, we always do something 200% more.
Yeah, we give our all, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the presence of my uncle in my life, because he's my coach, he put a lot of time and effort into making sure that I try to make it in the pro tour playing tennis, and especially make it going to school and stuff. Funny thing is, I went to Kuala Lumpur to play 2017 SEA Games, came back. I was going to go to Fordham. Fordham?
Fordham, Bronx, right?
Yep,
school?
In the Bronx. I was going to go there. But then I had me and the coach wasn't clicking. So I was like, you know what? Because she was like, oh, your ranking is low, because at the time I had fractured my knee from basketball. Funny, ironic as that is. I was playing basketball. I wasn't playing tennis. Fractured my knee. I lost my ranking. It dropped real bad. And so basically my mentality was like, I'm doing all this for nothing. Like, she won't even, and Fordham it's not even a Syracuse. It's not like a very top elite D1 school.
Right.
So I'm thinking like, wow, like I'm not good, da-da-da. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go back to Asia, pursue the pro tour over there. Because first of all, it's cheaper to play over there, traveling expense, to fly from Cambodia to Thailand is so cheap, or to take a bus or van over there. But my uncle was like, you know what? If you don't go to college, if you don't get a degree, I will disown you, because college degree is what you need, because tennis will not always be there forever. So education first. And that's coming from my own coach. So yeah, definitely his presence made sure I'm always going in the right direction. So
that's good. So you're still in school, like you go to Virginia Tech right now, right?
Yep, Virginia Tech.
And that's what's up. So you're so school is very much a big part of your life. You enjoy the academic side as well, right?
Yeah. Right now I'm trying to pursue to become an athletic trainer, because I've always been interested with the body and injuries and stuff. So I always want to try to pursue that if tennis didn't work out for me.
That's awesome.
Always
Yeah,
Cambodian coin rub.
Yeah, that's like trying to get mainstream now, because Michael Phelps did it when he was in the Olympic swimmer.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, like
I didn't know that.
He was actually like I think a gold medalist, multi-gold medalist, and he had like marks from cupping, but he also got Kachal too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they're on to us.
Know that.
They're on to our secrets.
Yeah. They better give us some credit, man.
I know, right?
They better give us some credit.
So, Virginia Tech, you play for their team there too, right? Because I've seen the uniform. So
yeah, so I play for their team. Yeah.
So, are you pretty like one of their top tennis players as well, or?
Our conference is very hard. It's the ACC conference. You got Syracuse, Clemson, Florida State.
Oh yeah, that's major. Major. Like Duke and
all those
too?
Schools. Yep, Duke, UNC.
I remember watching basketball back in the day, so I remember the competitiveness.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that my family, we're diehard like Q's fans. So when I decided to transfer over to Virginia Tech, it's like, for basketball, I still claim Q's Nation, but it's like go Hokies at the same time. But I'm kind of like I'm on the top lineup, but it's just very competitive in tennis, because there's only 7 girls that can play. We're all like, we all get along, and at the end of the day, so just college tennis is just a different vibe. Yeah. Basically, yeah. It's so hard, because tennis, everyone's so close and like how good you are and stuff. But college tennis, you got to work together. So it's not an individual sport at that point. So
that's what's up. Who's your favorite tennis player of all time?
That's a hard one. Of course, it has to be Serena and Venus. They influence my life a lot. I've always looked up to them like crazy. Yeah. Because,
they're the first that come to my mind.
No one out there like that. Tennis. Yeah, not many people know other than, Roger Federer, maybe Djokovic, Nadal.
You'd have to really watch tennis to know,
Yeah, you probably had to really watch to know beyond that.
Remember back in the day, there was an Asian tennis player. Was it Michael Chan or somebody?
Michael Chan.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, I know him. The Asian on TV, and like, we always go hard when we see anybody Asian doing any sports, because we're rare when the sports field. So,
I actually saw him one time when I went down to New York. So,
really?
The tennis community is very close. Once you get high up there, like everybody, like the connections is there. So,
that's dope.
It's so crazy.
Dope. You're doing what you love,
Yeah.
Salute to that. So other than school, what are your goals for the future? What do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, my goals. Well, first off, my goal is to get a college degree because, I'm putting a lot of money and effort towards that, and time, and lacking of sleep. But my always ultimate dream is, play professionally, which I am kind of like semi-pro right now, but with, college tennis is like eligibility problems and stuff. But yeah, I still get some money, Right. But I always want to, make it up there. probably top 10, not top 10, top 10, but like top 100 first in the whole world. I always want to make it big so that I could give back to my family, make sure to give them a life that we couldn't have. So that's my ultimate goal, because want to get them out. That's my goal.
For you. I want you to make it, because you make it, we all make it.
Yeah.
It'd be so dope.
I know.
A Khmer tennis player,
I got the whole
on ESPN,
I got the whole community.
It. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got your back. We go hard for our people.
I know Khmer people got me, man. I know they got me.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them been following me on Instagram and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't even know when I started following you. So it's because I thought, I'm always looking at network and make new friends. I think, that's cool to see a female tennis player and it's a national team. I like to meet new people too.
Yeah, I don't know many Khmer Americans that is a tennis player that are like truly Khmer, that identify themselves as Khmer, live the Khmer way in America. Even my family, like my cousins out in Long Beach, the ones they train in Kon Khmer and stuff, they're so Khmer. Like, we try to talk Khmer to each other. We try to, engage in the culture and try to keep it alive, Mm-hmm. So I always feel that it's important. I just don't like when, Khmer Americans come and they're here and they kind of forget about where they came from.
Right.
Which I understand, they don't want to relive what happened and stuff, which is fine and understandable.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But still, you're Khmer, Don't forget where you came from. Especially if I ever do make it up there, I'm never going to forget where I came from. Never. Could never. So.
Respect. What's your favorite Khmer food, though? What do you like? What's your favorite Khmer food of all time? I know it's hard because I have so many. I got like 10.
It's so many.
Yeah. What's your go-to?
I would have to say salamatu krun.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's one of my top.
I eat a lot of what is it called? Pumthia.
Yeah. So pork belly.
The little with the brown sugar.
Yeah.
Put brown sugar and then
yeah. With the egg, the hard-boiled egg, the brown egg.
Yeah, hard-boiled egg. Yeah. I made that in Cambodia. Yeah. Because I was living in the condo and I didn't want to go walk out on the streets to get katil or something.
Right.
So I had one of my friends come over and teach me how to make like salam. She helped me make salam satmon chicken soup. I'm blanking on the names right now. It's like sour chicken soup. It's probably
the basic one with the the herbs. Yeah, lemongrass.
Yeah, with the herbs, lemongrass. Yep.
That's like a really good comfort meal. Like I could eat that every day. Yeah.
I always wonder if all the other Khmer people will eat the same thing that I eat, because it's an everyday thing. Like,
it's like home cooked Khmer meals.
Yeah, it's on like the whole routine is on like rotation. Like one day my dad cooked call, and then the next day salamatu, and then the next day and then the one very rare occasion make banchel, and then the next day katil.
For like occasions. Did you like Bangtikon? That's like one of my favorites too. That people don't eat the egg. I eat the.
When I was younger, I only ate the yellow part.
Yeah.
But then as I got older, I ate the baby. But I try not to look at it.
Yeah. That's good to eat it.
I try not
I think
to.
that's one of the best parts. The mean kamlang, mean cheetah. That's what my parents told me. Did you eat that white eraser part?
Yeah. I thought that was someone told me when I was a kid it was poisonous, so I never touched it.
Oh, really?
I would eat the yellow part and then I would say, okay, down. Like I would just throw it away. It was
weird rubbery, but I still ate it. Like, to me it was like food. I just doubled down on the lime
sauce. Sometimes my tooth would like maybe hit it a little bit. I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. Like, because someone told me it was poisonous.
Oh, really?
But,
they lied to you. Yeah, because our parents, they taught us at a young age to not waste food. So I took that to heart. Like, I don't even chow bai. Like, not even a grain of rice. I make sure I scoop it up, eat it, or at least turn it to fried rice the next day. Chat the next day to fried rice. So how important is it? Like, our parents' teachings to you? Like,
did you ever take the dako, like the condensed milk, and put it in hot water, or no?
We made coffee with it, but we also just dipped it with the bread. The French
put it on bread.
Yes.
On bread, yes.
Yeah, so it seems like it's just not Khmer culture. I've seen like the Vietnamese people do, like Asians never die of falling off.
Oh yeah.
It's also like a thing within like Asians too. So it's like, so when our parents did it, like, this is fire. Like, it's a good snack. I haven't had it in so long. I might just go out and get it and just do it for like old times' sake and just
Yeah, that was the struggle meal for me. If I needed something sweet and I didn't have, there was nothing to eat, it was either like I put bread and then the condensed milk on top.
It's so good though.
And then my struggle meal would probably be bai and then hot dog.
Oh yeah.
And some tuksil.
Yeah. I still crave the struggle meal, even though like I'm not struggling. I still like the taste. It's just good, you know.
Yeah, but I was wondering, I had put this on my Instagram maybe like a month ago or something. If everyone's tuksil is the green one, because I don't use any other.
Mountain. Yeah, the Golden Mountain.
Golden Mountain, because I don't use any other tuksil other than that.
Same here.
All my whole life.
It's not created equal, because you try the other brands, the Kika Man, they don't have that taste.
It tastes disgusting. Yeah,
exactly.
Because my dad went to the. My dad.
I didn't want to say it because you know, I mean, the people that like it, they'd be like, "Yeah, no, Team Kiko Man."
Kiko Man, watch this.
Now we let it rock. It's Team Golden Mountain over here.
I used it for like sushi, but like I never put bai in that kind of tuksil.
Yeah, no, it don't hit right. It just it's not.
It tastes weird because my best friend, she's Indian, she's Hindu, so at her house they had kikoman, and her mom, she knows I didn't like Indian food, so they would put a bowl of bai on the side and give me kikoman. I'm like, and then I was trying to eat it. I'm like, it's so disgusting, but yeah.
See,
my dad came from the Asian market with a green bottle, and I look at it, I was like, this is not Golden Mountain. He was like, what? He just saw the green cap. It looked very similar to the bottle, like maybe like a Walmart version, like a Great Value version of Golden Mountain.
It was Golden Volcano.
But it wasn't. But yeah, it wasn't Golden Mountain, because I wasn't even looking at the bottle either. I saw the green and then I clipped it up and I put it in. And as soon as I ate it, I spit it out. I was like, this is not Golden Mountain. It just had this, like, maybe the sodium and the, like, it just tastes different.
Hilarious. Yeah, it tastes different. So my backup, if I run out of soy sauce, I actually use tuk tray with rice.
Tuk tray. Yeah,
underrated.
Tuk tray too.
Do you do that too?
We have that on
smashed
deck.
eggs, smashed boiled eggs, and rice. I just smash it all together in sriracha if I have it.
Yep.
Bomb.
I
should do like a series of like struggle meal episodes to teach people maybe the youth what I used to eat. They probably already have a way of, but I just want to remind people where we came from. Like you said, don't forget where you come from.
Yeah. What's the one meal you that like satrup and like egg, you mix it up and then you boil it, steam it. What's that called? Like
I'd have to see it. I mean, it might be fancy. It might be.
And you have to eat it with like. You have to eat it with like cucumber and stuff.
Oh, you wrap it up, right? I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Sometimes, you can wrap it off. What's the smelly thing called? Smelly fish.
Bahok.
Bahok. So this dish is called prahok, I think.
Bahokti? You talking about bahokti?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
I actually just had that last night. Bahokti.
Oh, really?
It's like a fermented cooked pork.
Yeah.
Bahok.
Yeah. Yep. But Khmer food is where it's at. But it's so weird. Like when I was in Khmer, I was like, I don't want to eat Khmer food because like I always eat Khmer food at home. So I was always getting like Brooklyn. They have a place called Brooklyn Pizza in Cambodia. Brooklyn Pizza. I know the people there. It's like American food. American food.
They got fries, ketchup, and all that cheese.
They have wings. Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of the people on the basketball team, the Khmer basketball team, and they're a lot of them are from like Lowell and then Long Beach. They were like, "Yeah, I want some wings," and I was like, "I'll take you to this place. It's called Brooklyn Pizza." And then they went there. They loved it. The buffalo wings. Yep, they loved it.
And the food there is cheap. So how much is like some wings over there? Like. Tauke?
Well, that place was expensive because it's like an actual restaurant.
Oh,
so it was probably like $9. Yeah.
Oh wow.
But
Applebee prices. Okay.
Yeah.
Get your money, Brooklyn. I was thinking like everything in Circle Khmer cheap. So if it's an American establishment, you could probably still pay tourists for prices. Is that how it works?
Yeah. So like I think any of the little restaurants, like you get a bowl of katil, $1, 1 pon. That's
my language right there. Let me get like 10 bowls.
Yeah. just stay there the whole day like this. Okay, muy tiệt, so muy tiệt. Okay, yeah. But it's real cheap living there, man. It's so cheap.
So
I don't think the condos, because, you know.
Do you live there a year at a time, or how's that work? Just a season, or how long were you there per visit?
Well, it depends on like what I'm doing in my life in the U.S. Like last year when I went, the games were beginning of September, so I decided to take that fall semester of college off. So I stayed there I know I was there for like 3 months or 4 months. I was living there by myself, you know, taking tuk-tuk and, you know, navigating on my own. At this point, I've been there for 3 years, so I know the streets and stuff, so I know where to go and everything. And it definitely helps knowing how to speak Khmer. I could speak like maybe 65%. I can understand. Yeah, I can understand though. I don't understand it completely, but if you know one word and put it together, it's like you can understand what they're trying to say to you. Some guy tried to scam me on the tuk-tuk. Like I was moving from a hotel to my condo, which was like maybe 2 blocks away, and then he asked me for $20 to take me 2 blocks.
Really?
I said, you know, I'm Khmer. I understand what you're asking of me. And then I gave him like $2 and called it a day. But like when I go there, I always make sure when I tip them or whatever, give them like $5, $10, because that $5, $10 means a lot to them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So in Cambodia, you just gotta know when watch out for the scammers and
watch out.
I heard a lot of stories too. So I probably have to go with my
I'm trying to figure out if I got scammed when I went, because usually as an athlete there, I get massages like every other day. It's so cheap over there, like 2 hours, $7. So it's super cheap. Over here, 2 hours like almost $2,000.
Oh my Lord!
You know, go to the Massage Envy. I don't know if you guys have that.
I've never had a massage in my life. So when I go to Circle Khmer, I want to get a massage because I have like, you know, I'm old. I mean, I probably have sores and knots.
Maybe go to the chiropractor.
Yeah, that too. I might need some acupuncture. Yeah. But like, did you do the whole fish feet massage thing? How'd that feel?
Oh no, I saw that before. Nope, cool. I can't do that.
I think because I'm super fish, or you don't? Are you kind of like bone with the fish, or just slimy, or like, because people say it has like benefits like for the circulation or whatever.
It's the little beta fish. I don't know what it's called.
Something like that.
But I know when I went to Siem Reap, the first time I went to Khmer because I visited Uncle Wat, I saw the people on the main pub street like getting their feet like. They put it in the water, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh shit, there's fish in there. And then I'm like, yeah, I can't do that because, well, my feet are my feet are actually soft for like an athlete because my aunts they do nails, you know, stereotypical Asians doing nails. Yeah. Nail technicians. Yeah, I got the hookup. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go there, my aunt is like, oh, your feet is like so smooth. Given that I'm an athlete. I think it's because I'm running around so much, like all the freaking exfoliating my feet and stuff. But yeah. Oh, and like when I'm in the U.S., I'd be walking barefooted and stuff, and my friends are like, "How do you do that?" I'm like, "Man, it's the Cambodian in me. Like, I don't care. I'll be walking on rocks and stones."
Yeah, I used to do that as a kid, but these days, you know, with COVID, I'm kind of, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm not doing it outside in New York, especially in the New York streets.
Oh yeah, New York. Oh my God! Don't even. My last experience going to New York on the subway, on the train. This was the day after New Year's Eve. The dude was sitting on the cart, laying down. I thought he spilled a drink. Because there was a cup there. I thought he spilled the drink, but now this dude was peeing on the train.
Oh yeah,
like straight. Yeah, he was sleeping, but like he was putting his hand like down there, and I was like, I know this dude is not.
You see lots of crazy stuff only in New York. You know, people have to do what they gotta do. So
people, you know, promoting their music, singing on the trains. I'm like,
hustle and bustle. Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
I actually respect the subway performers. If they ain't hurting nobody, they're doing their dances. They're
they're just doing what they need to do.
That's what makes New York, New York. That's what I love about New York City. No place on earth like New York, for real.
Yeah. I want to ask this. You think New York people act different, like in terms of we're more meaner? When I went down south, they were like, New Yorkers are very mean and uptight.
I hear about that. Stereotype from people not from New York. Maybe they had bad experience when they visited, or they just taking people's word and never actually been to New York, and you'd be like, I heard New York was a lot of assholes and stuff. But my experience, I live in a pretty cool, decent neighborhood. for the most part, my neighbors, they're really they say hi. They see me walk my dog. They give me a compliment on my dog and stuff. Even from my old neighborhood, and I went from Bed-Stuy to the Tiger Heights. Was a nice neighborhood.
Bed-Stuy.
But Bed-Stuy was, back in the day, it used to be considered hood, but now it's getting gentrified. So even then, I had people that showed love. I had a lot of neighbors that are my homies that I actually work with too. So I didn't feel no type of way. Like they always showed love, Like even my neighbors are really nice. Like a lot of them like own the brownstones and always showed love, always smiling, always asking how I'm doing. So I felt there was never.
I just feel like
maybe they had customer service. Maybe maybe they went to.
I feel like
they went to like Wendy's and then and they messed up the order. You
went to the wrong side of the Bronx. I don't know, like
maybe
they was meeting up with the Dominicanos.
How was your experience
over there?
with the New York people? Did you is that a stereotype or did you just got just case by case basis? But there are some assholes like the crackheads and the people. Yeah.
But the thing is, when you go to New York, most likely the people you interact with are not from New York. You know what I'm saying? Because it's such a
tourist.
How you say it? Yeah.
A lot of transplants too. The people that move from out of state.
People coming in from out of state to doing schoolwork and work and whatnot. Our mentality over here in Rochester is very same. Like we just every day just hustling and grinding, just need to do what we need to do. I feel because I know for sure Southern hospitality is a thing. Down there, they're so nice. Like they don't care who you are. I mean, to a certain extent, you know what I'm saying? Like upstate, I just feel like we just got things to do. We just get into the bag. Like we're not worried about any of that stuff. I feel like they think the way we talk, maybe our communication is a little harsh.
Maybe our slang,
Because sometimes when I talk, people think I'm so mean, but like it's just the way that I talk. I come off as intimidating. That's what they say.
Oh yeah, like I've been here 10 years. I feel like New York's home, but I don't feel like the New Yorkers that grew up here consider me a New Yorker. I don't consider myself a New Yorker, but
really
kind of adapt. I kind of like pick up on the slang, the Europe, greet the homies. It's like yo,
facts,
facts.
Facts, straight facts.
I love the New York lingo. I love the New York lingo. It's so funny to me, and their accent. They have their own accent too, like the New York accent.
Yeah,
like I can't even emulate the New York accent.
People say I have a New York accent. I don't think I do.
I think you do. You don't. I wouldn't even like if I was on the phone with you. I wouldn't even know what race you were. Like I wouldn't even know if you think you were Asian or any type of stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh. Many people have came to me and was like, "Are you Blasian, like Mexican?"
Hey, I was about to ask you that because I thought you were Blasian too, just by looking at the facial features. Maybe like you have that kind of like that exotic, like maybe like a Khmer Lee type.
That's so
like,
funny. Yeah.
So you're actually pure. Funny. Both of your parents are Khmer.
They're Khmer. Yeah, they're Khmer. My dad, he looks like Mexican kind of. My mom looks straight Asian.
Yeah, people say I look Mexican. Like I don't even look.
I'm trying to see if I have a picture up here, but I don't. But my mom, she looks
for Mexican. Do I look Khmer? Like, how do you even look Khmer when people say you don't look Khmer? How am I supposed to look like some salama chuka? You saw that meme?
I saw that.
We come in all shapes and forms and complexions. So
honestly, Khmer people is such a mix, like a diaspora. Like we go from the whitest of white to the darkest of dark. Like I've seen this one of the Khmer kids that I used to train in Cambodia. He's so dark, like darker than many of my Khmer friends over here. Like, he's so dark.
They're out there too.
And a lot of Khmer people, like they look black. Like a lot of my aunts, my mom's sisters, like they don't look Khmer at all. People think they're black. Like, because our facial features are. I mean, once we smile, you see the eyes go up, but we're pretty dark skin tone. But I'm proud of my melanin, man.
Same here.
I don't care what anybody has to say.
We don't even get sunburned. We just get darker. I've never got sunburned in my life.
I don't get sunburned. I don't use sunscreen. I just go. Go out in the sun. Yeah,
it's that Angkorian gene. What? You know what I'm saying? We don't need no lotion. We don't need no sunblock. What? I don't mind getting darker too. I don't care if I get that farmer's tan.
I don't.
I really don't care.
Yeah, blessed.
Yes.
Blessed to be Khmer. We're so beautiful, man. Khmer people, I'm so proud and like.
I love all Khmer people. Like even I don't even tolerate like the light skin slander on when they say, oh, she's too light to be wearing the apsara. When we see pictures of like models modeling apsara. Like, they think that maybe all Khmer should be dark. I don't think all Khmers are dark. We have all different complexions. Like, we're all beautiful in all colors.
Some of us are mixed with like Chen and Yun and Thai.
Right.
Like me, I'm mixed with like, I don't even know what I'm mixed with.
I bet you if we both do our DNA or Ancestry or 123 whatever, .com, whatever, what's it called?
Yeah.
DNA thingy.
Like
it'll say that we're mixed
the little
with like...
thing.
Yeah, we'll say we're probably like 95% Southeast Asian and like something Indochina and Malaysia and Chinese. You never know.
You know, they called it French Indochina. You got Indian and then China, you know. That's why we came to be looking like this.
Yeah, so, I'm definitely not going to pay $100 to get that info. I'm like, you already know I'm at least 95% Khmer.
No, what I heard from my dad is like, basically I'm a mutt. I'm Chen, Thai, Yun, and then a little French is like crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my uncle.
Your lineage.
Yeah, my uncle gets mad. The uncle in Cali, he gets mad about if I say that I'm Yuan because he's so against, you know, like Yuan. Yeah, it's just so much history, man. So much. History.
I think growing up, it was kind of like parents. They kind of like taught us like we're natural born enemies and stuff. So like with the Yuan, I didn't know nothing about it, so I didn't think much of it. So I actually had Vietnamese friends growing up. So it was like, you know, in school we were taught to like not against prejudice. You know, like at that time. So it was like, you know, we're all equal. So it was like. I was trying to tell my parents, but they wasn't trying to have it. They old school.
Yeah, you know how my very first best friend in elementary, I go up to her. Mind you, like, I think we were the only, like, 2 Asians of the whole school. I go up to her. I'm like, are you Cambodian? She's like, no, I'm Vietnamese. And then I was like, let's be friends. And ever since then, we were best friends until 4th grade. And she was Vietnamese, so, yeah. But my grandpa, he lived in, the one that passed, he lived in Tra Vinh, which is the Cambodia, Vietnam, South Vietnam. Yeah, so he could speak Yun. But like I never identify. I would never say that I'm Vietnamese.
Yeah, some people in their bio, they'd be like, oh, you know, Khmer, Chinese, Malaysian. I'm like, just say you're Khmer. You speak Khmer home. You're Khmer if you speak Khmer at home. They want to get all fancy.
Yeah. Like I would put that, but I'm like, I identify truly as Khmer. I'm not gonna put something out there if I don't know nothing. All I know about Vietnam is that you know they do nails and they mean to us. Like we don't like each other.
Right.
Yeah, but over here in Rochester, like the Khmer and Laos community, we're really close.
We're tight.
I
think we're the closest to Laos, but naturally by default. I've never had any, you know, animosity or
we're real close.
Uncomfortable around Laos. I feel like they're one of us, but our food is very similar.
Yeah.
Like their
very similar.
I mean, their papaya or their tamahong. My bad. It's very spicy, which I like. I really like their style spice. Yeah, we can get spicy too, but there's a little bit different. It's similar though.
Yeah,
very similar. Yeah.
You know, the Khmer national dish is like coconut and fish. I forgot what it's called.
A mok tray. Yes, the mok tray.
Yeah, a mok tray. That's, so
if you go to Lowell, go get the mok tray. Have you had it? Oh, you actually had it. Oh, you've been to Cambodia, so you had the real deal.
Yeah, I had it. Yeah.
Okay,
it's real good.
I seen you.
Khmer cuisine. We need more people, man, to be making Khmer food.
Yeah, I would love.
There's been some attempts in Rochester, but it hasn't, you know, followed through. Maybe lasted 1 year, 2 years.
Oh, really?
But
we need that.
And then we have in Rochester we have this restaurant. It's called C Restaurant, Southeast Asian restaurant. Mm-hmm. I think it's run by Laos people, but like their cathedral is like, I didn't like their cathedral.
It's not good.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't. I like Yuen Kutil, like Hu Til. That's what I like.
I like it.
It's like it's a little more salty, I guess.
Yeah.
I just like my food salty. I don't like a lot of sweet stuff, but
me too. I don't really do the sweets either.
Even like the mango and the sticky rice, I don't eat that much.
To me, it's like once in a blue. I don't crave it like some people. They rave about it. Like, mango sticky rice. I'll eat it. I'll eat it like once in a blue. But I don't really eat sweets like that.
Yeah, like Lord is good. Coconut milk and
I love anything
jelly.
Yeah. What advice would you give to the youth or any aspiring tennis player if they want to, you know, do what you do?
To any of, you know, the young Khmer generation, the young Khmer kids out there, from US or from Khmer, wherever you are, just keep your head up. Always first stick to the books first. books over everything, because knowledge is power, you know what I'm saying? But I would say, watch who you hang around with. It's always the people that you put yourself around. If you really want to succeed, put yourself in environments where you're around people that want to see you do better, that will want to motivate you. Do not stick around people that are willing to put you down all the time, willing to be negative, always, pessimistic. You don't want to be around that. So I would just say, just try to, especially it's very hard in the Khmer community, because I know how Khmer people get, we're always talking, but, always, keep positive mindset and believe that you can do. And anything that you put your mind to it, you will achieve it and you can do it. So that's my message to the Khmer youth out there. So, yeah.
Respect. Thank you for our dope conversation, and it's dope hearing your story, how how you came about, how, your childhood. I now know a little more about you, and we are going to root for you, and we're proud of you, and we want you to be the next Serena Williams, but for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chhinda, you guys remember the name Chhinda Som? Remember the name. Follow her on all her social medias. I have it on the screen.
Yeah, it's all Chhinda Som. Yep.
Chhinda Som, and if you want to hit her up and DM her if you want advice on how to swing a racket. I mean, what's it called?
Always.
Yeah,
a racket. It's called a racket.
Yeah, so.
Or life advice. I've been through a lot. If you guys going through a lot, just hit me up. I'm always open to talk to everybody. So
that's what's up.
Always here for everyone.
Thank you for tuning in to ChluyTalk, and best of luck in your future, and much success to you. Kill it one time for the culture. Yep. Salute.